Hey artists, we're gonna make these awesome winter pine tree up close printing pictures. I can't wait to show you what to do. All right, the first thing we need to do is choose one of these light color pieces of paper. The pinks and the peach look really nice. I think I'm gonna try the yellow shade. So we choose our color, put that in front of you, and then make sure that you write your name on your paper. Turn your paper over, and now we are ready to get started on our printing. Instead of a paintbrush today, we're going to use a piece of cardboard. You're going to have two colors. You're going to have the brown and you're going to have a green shade. And I'm going to give you a smaller piece of cardboard and a bigger piece of cardboard. With your bigger piece of cardboard, you are going to dip down into the brown, and you're going to press down and make a mark. That's the first part of our branch. So the main branch, we're gonna have it go across your paper. So you dip and tap. Dip in the paint, tap on your paper. Dip in the paint, tap on your paper. Now that I have it going all the way across, I can have some branches coming off of the main branch. Dip in the paint and tap, tap. Dip and tap, tap. Going to dip and tap, dip and tap, tap. You can have some of your branches come off of your first branches. So like this branch, I can have a little piece coming off here and here. I can dip and tap here. And now I have this big branch going across my paper. I'm going to set down the big piece of cardboard and get the little piece of cardboard. Now we're going to dip into the green and we're going to make the needles on our pine tree. A pine tree doesn't have regular leaves, it has these little needles. And we are going to dip and tap those needles onto our pine tree. This looks so cool. And so we are just dipping and tapping the paint on to our beautiful winter pine tree. So I'm going to dip and tap, making sure I'm touching the green onto the brown branch because it's growing out of the branch. Dip and tap, tap, tap. As I keep tapping, it starts to get a little bit lighter, and that usually shows me it's time to dip again and get more paint. We are dip and tap. Dip and tap, dip and tap. This is starting to look so cool, just like a pine tree I would find outside. Just tapping it on, dip in the paint, tap on the paper. And we want all of our branches to have some green pines, these little pine needles. And once you are satisfied and it looks like you've got some beautiful green pine needles all over your tree, you are ready to add your snow. On your table, I'm gonna make sure you have a messy mat because this part gets a little messy. We're gonna first dip into the white paint to start. Don't get the paint on the brush's neck here, just on his hair. I've got a lot of paint on my brush and I'm gonna take my finger and put it out like this. And I'm going to tap my brush over my finger, and it starts to kind of spray some paint. I need to get more paint. And it's just dripping some little dots of paint all over my page. And it's starting to look like it's snowing on my pine tree. I'm careful to make sure I'm tapping on my paper. I'm not flinging my brush and getting paint on my neighbors. This looks so good. Maybe one more scoop of paint. Okay. Now I'm not trying to mix up a lot of our palette. We use the white first. Now you can dip into your blue, and we can drip a little bit of the blue over the top too. This is looking beautiful. Just tapping on my finger. I'm not dipping back in the white now, we're just using the blue. So we started with the white, now we're tapping a little bit of blue paint onto our picture. All right, my friends, that is looking like a beautiful winter picture. I'm gonna put it on the drying rack, and I cannot wait to see your winter printed pine tree.